Today I wanted to share with you my top 5 bedtime scents. These are all scents that I wear when I'm going to bed. They are so comforting and so soothing, and I really like to put on fragrance at bed because I feel like it's just such an integral part of my routine. I feel like I can't leave the house without it, and I certainly can't go to bed without it. All of the scents that I'm going to show you today are fairly close to the skin and at most medium lasting power. I mean, maybe 6 hours. But that's not really the point for me of wearing a fragrance to bed. I don't care about smelling like anything when I wake up. I just really like smelling good when I go to sleep. I've mentioned this fragrance before. It is Private Room by Jeanne Arthes, and this smells like a really vanilla caramel and tonka. There's a little bit of peach and a little bit of plum in the very back, but it's very short-lived. This fragrance in general is very short-lived. It does not last even longer than 20 minutes, which is a little disappointing, but for a bedtime fragrance, it's perfect. That's all I need. It smells so good. It's so delicious and so sexy. This one really is like very sexy to me. I think this is so nice. It sort of gives me that feeling of like sitting at this really beautiful vanity and like using cold cream to take off my makeup and just being very sort of vintage and very like old-fashioned and taking the time to do things and not rushing through or being distracted by like your phone. So to me, this one is like such a great bedtime fragrance because it just takes me back to that sort of like taking care, like extra care in everything you do for your bedtime routine. This fragrance is probably my favorite of the 5. It is Britney Spears Fantasy Intimate Edition. This is brown sugar and vanilla and musk. And I struggle with some musks to really smell them, but I smell it in this one. And it's very soft and very cozy and very warm. It's so good. This opens a little zesty, like a little tart. There's some like lychee and I forget what else is in it, maybe grapefruit, but it mellows out very quickly and becomes this really warm, sweet vanilla. This one definitely smells like the original Fantasy. I can totally smell that DNA in here. So if you don't like Fantasy, I would just steer clear of this and try Private Room instead if you're looking for like a brown sugar type scent. But if you're like me and you grew up on Fantasy, this might be a really nice grown-up way to wear Fantasy to bed. I really like wearing this during the day as well, but for bed it is so perfect because it's so soft and so mellow. I think the name Intimate is absolutely perfect for this one. This next fragrance combines so many of my favorite notes. Signorina Eau de Parfum from Salvatore Ferragamo has pink pepper, red berries, roses, peony, jasmine, patchouli, and panna cotta, which is this thickened, sweetened cream, and they usually flavor it with like coffee or vanilla. Pretty sure it's Italian dessert, but it is so absolutely perfect in this fragrance. Like I can really smell the panna cotta. It smells like a vanilla panna cotta. It's so delicious. It's so creamy. And what I think my favorite thing about this fragrance is how mellow it is. It definitely projects very well. Out of all of the fragrances I'm going to show you today, I think this one projects the best and absolutely could be a great daytime perfume, but it's still so soft. It's so mellow, it's so airy and fluffy, and it just smells good. It's like really great for bedtime. To me, this is like a wind down, like dessert at the end of your meal. It's like undoing the stress of your day. It just smells like dessert. This fragrance from Vera, Wang, Periwinkle, and Iris, part of the Embrace line, is the first Iris perfume that I fell head over heels in love with. It is perfection. My biggest complaint about this perfume is how short-lived it is. It really does not last very long, but that makes it perfect for bedtime. This perfume literally smells like a hug. It just smells like your mom picking you up and snuggling you and making you feel so cozy and sleepy and ready for bed. The iris is absolutely like the top note here. There's also violet, whipped cream, vanilla, and I think sugar. It is a very sweet perfume. And the powderiness of the violet and the iris, I think, really helps to balance it out. Oh, and that must be the periwinkle must be like that warm sort of powdery flower that I get. I don't know that I've ever smelled periwinkle in another perfume. But in this, I love it. It's so good. This one is also like really great in the daytime, but like I said, because it doesn't last very long, I think it makes a better bedtime perfume. And the fact that I have such a small bottle of it, it makes it a little bit easier to use it because I don't feel like I'm wasting it because I can just sit with it and enjoy it while I'm falling asleep. Last but definitely not least is Vanille from Haute Romare. This just smells like vanilla extract, and if you noticed in my other 4, vanilla is the note. It just feels cozy and nurturing and warm and makes me go to sleep. And I think pure vanilla makes a perfect bedtime scent. It's not overpowering, it doesn't overwhelm you, it's not going to make you sneeze. It just is going to make you feel very good, sentimental, nostalgic, sweet, sleepy. At least that's how I feel when I wear this one. This I layer as well over perfumes during the day, but I love it on its own for bedtime. Those are my top 5 bedtime perfumes. I would love to hear in the comments if you wear fragrance to bed, and if you do, what are your favorite fragrances to wear to bed? Thank you so much for watching.